So let us deal with connective tissue in this part. Connective tissue is a part of animal tissue. Now connective tissue, as the name suggests, it binds things. It connects the things. Connective tissue connects the thing, or say they bind the things together. Alright. So connective tissue bind the things to keep them in their proper place. For example, heart is present in between the two lungs. It is staying there. It is not moving in your whole body, right? When your heart vibrates, even though very fast, it does not changes or shifts its place. It does not enter in your stomach, or it does not come in your mouth, as that idiom says that my heart came into my mouth, right? It doesn't happen actually, because there is a tissue that is binding the organs together, that is keeping them in their place. Heart is staying where it should stay, lungs are at their place, your kidneys are at your place. Why? Because connective tissue is keeping them in or at their place. Alright? So connective tissue is composed of, it mainly has three things that you should know. Number one is that it has intercellular substance. Now intercellular substance means this. This is intercellular space. These are the cells. The space which is present in between the cell is known as intercellular space. This intercellular space is filled with a substance. In this case, in connective tissue, it is filled with a substance known as matrix. Alright, this is the special feature of connective tissue. Number two, it has very few cells, but it has a lot of fibers. Three characters. Intercellular space is filled with matrix. It has a few cells but a lot of fibers. Coming to parts of connective tissue. Connective tissue is of three types. Number one is your connective tissue proper. Types of connective tissue. Number one is connective tissue proper. Number two is supportive connective tissue, the one that supports. Supportive connective tissue. And number three is fluid connective tissue. Fluid means that can move, like water is a fluid, right? So connective tissue is of three types mainly: connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissue, and fluid connective tissue. Now they are again divided into parts. Connective tissue proper is of three types. Number one, areolar tissue. Areolar. Number two is adipose. And number three is fibrous, whatever you call it, connective tissue. Connective tissue proper is of three types: areolar, adipose, fibrous. Okay. Now areolar tissue is present under your skin, and it is the one which is elastic. For example, this, your skin, you can pull its part, right? This. So this is elastic in nature. This is areolar tissue. It is present under your skin and its nature is elastic. Okay. Next is adipose tissue, again present under your skin, and its main role is that it protects our, wherever it is present, it is protecting that part, and its another main function is that it acts as insulator. It plays the role of insulation. So how is it protecting? Adipose tissue is present under your skin. Now imagine two persons. One is quite a healthy one, another one is quite thin one. Okay, so this thin person, it is having the ribs at the surface. You can clear cut see the ribs of this person, and this person is hiding his ribs inside this big layer of adipose tissue. Okay, so now you have to punch these two persons, give them a hard punch. Who will hurt more? The one whose ribs are classifying him. I mean, the one who is having the ribs at the surface will be hurt more, and the one who is hiding his ribs under the adipose tissue will not be hurt that much. So, adipose tissue is somehow a good thing, but a lot of adipose tissue is not good at all. Okay? So, adipose tissue is present under your skin. It is protecting you. It is also present outside the organs like kidney. Again, the role of protection. And the last one is your fibrous connective tissue. This fibrous connective tissue, it mainly consists of fibers, and it is of two types: tendon and ligament. You have to remember these two words, tendon and ligament. Your tendon connects a muscle to a bone, while your ligament connects bone to a bone. We said na, connective tissue links the things, binds the thing. So this type of connective tissue is of two types, tendon and ligament, where tendon connects muscle to a bone and ligament connects bone to a bone. Okay, remember this connection. It can be asked as a difference. Okay, so connective tissue is of three types. We discussed the first type, connective tissue proper. It is of three types: areolar, adipose, and fibrous. Moving to supporting connective tissue or supportive connective tissue, it is of two types. Number one is your cartilage, and number two is bone. Cartilage and bone. So bone is the hard part, cartilage is the soft part. You can touch your ear right now. The soft part of your ear, it is all cartilage. The one that is not having bone, that part is cartilage. Tip of your nose, your ears, and even your windpipe is somewhat this cartilage, made up of cartilage. And some of the long bones, which are quite long, their ends, the ends of the long bones, these ends are the cartilage. Okay, so cartilage is non-porous. The word non-porous means they don't have pores on their surface, pores, holes on their surface. They are non-porous cartilage we are talking about, and they do not get blood supply. They do not get any of the, none of the blood vessels reach them. Okay, and where they are present on the tip of your nose, in your ears, at the ends of the long bones, and they are elastic. Cartilage, they are non-porous. They do not get blood supply, remember this, and they are elastic in nature. On another hand side, we all know about bones. They are quite hard, they are porous. They have pores on their surface. They have cells inside them. The cells are known as osteoblast. Osteoblast, if someone asks you a question, what are osteoblasts? Then osteoblasts, they are the cells which form bone, or you can call them bone forming cells. The one which forms the bone, such cells are known as osteoblast. Right? So this bone consists of both living and non-living substances and some minerals, etc. Supportive connective tissue is of two types. One is cartilage, the softer one, and bone, the hard one. Okay. Now, the last part of connective tissue is fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue is the one which can flow, obviously, and there are two things in your body that can flow. Number one is your blood and number two is your lymph. So it is again of two types, blood and lymph. So blood, what does it consist of? Two things mainly. Number one is plasma, the liquid part, and there are cells in this liquid. The cells are RBC, they are WBC, and they are platelets. All these things form your blood. And lymph, what is lymph? You might have studied this in 8th standard, but let me give you a quick glimpse of it. Whenever any germs attack your body, then the WBCs from the blood vessel come out of the blood vessel to attack on these germs. When they attack, some of the WBCs are destroyed and the one which are safe, जो अटैक करते समय बच गए, they will enter into another liquid which runs side by side of the blood. That system is known as lymphatic system and that liquid is known as lymph. What is lymph? Whenever germs or any of the bacteria attacks your body, then WBC from the blood comes out of the blood vessel to attack on these germs, and the WBCs which remain safe during this attack, they do not go back to blood but they enter into another system and forms another liquid. This is known as lymph. Lymph only consists of WBC, so that is why lymph is not of red color, because blood is of red color due to RBC. Lymph does not have RBC, so the color of lymph is basically white. Okay, and both blood and lymph, they are playing the role of transportation. They are transporting oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, and this lymph especially and even the blood, they both are playing the role of protection. They provide us immunity. This WBC provides us immunity, and WBC is present in blood and lymph both, so they are giving us protection against diseases, right? So connective tissue, three types: connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissue, fluid connective tissue. Connective tissue proper, three subparts: alveolar, adipose, fibrous. Supportive connective tissue is made up of cartilage and bone, while fluid tissue is of two types, blood and lymph. We'll continue with the remaining two parts in our next session. Till then, thank you.